Hi everyone, it's Carla. Welcome back to my channel. I am a full-time fiber artist where I dye wool for spinners, I spin wool, I card up bats, I do all the fibery things, and that is my full-time income. Now, I also have a bad habit of thrifting, meaning I love to thrift for items, mostly vintagey items or certain things that I'm looking for. However, because of this, and because I kind of lucked out and I have a son who is a full-time reseller, I get to do a lot of thrifting with him. So I've decided that I've been doing it for the last year or two, that I've been supplementing my income a bit with reselling. So I've always gone to thrift stores my entire life, and so I'm always on the lookout for a good deal. Mostly what I like to do is I look for anything that was created by a fiber artist or anything that is useful maybe for a crafter. So that's usually my main focus. And then after that, what I'm doing is I'm just looking for something that has some value to it and is a good resale, and I'll purchase that and then resell it on eBay, and then that will cover my cost of goods for the goods that I'm going to keep. Because I do collect books, and I do collect, there's some older vintage toys that I like to collect, and of course anything fiber arts related I'm going to collect. So kind of a collector of things. But I will have you know that we recently implemented that every time we go shopping at the thrift store, only at the bins, then what we will do is drop off a donation as well. So if I'm gonna bring stuff home, I've got to get it out of the house too. So I go back and go through my old stock, things that haven't sold, or I'll go through my clothing. I'm just going through the house and picking up things that just don't have that don't serve us anymore, so we can get rid of those. So I know I have a lot of fiber artists on the channel, so I want to start off by showing you my fiber arts finds. Now, my first find is a hat that was hand knit, and I actually made a post on my page, Curly Q's, on my Curly Q's page, and on the Wool and Fiber Arts group, and it really blew up over there in the group, which I'm happy that it did. It was really kind of neat to see all of the excitement about it. And let me give you a background. When I am searching for these items, every time I see a crocheted blanket or a hand knit at the Goodwill Bins, or even at any other thrift store, but mostly at the Goodwill Bins, it kind of just breaks my heart just a little bit, because as a fiber artist, I know how much time was put into that. It was created by our own hands, and I know that when I'm working on a project, there's just so many different things that I'm going through at that time in my life, or maybe new stitches that I'm trying to learn, or something of that nature. So I really appreciate the work that goes into everything. So I started the post off with a Dear Anonymous Knitter, I found your hat today at the Goodwill Bins. And I think and that's truly how I felt. What happened was I was walking across down the aisle, and I kind of peeked in to see there's people going for all the clothes like crazy. And I peeked in and I saw like this little sheep poking out, knit a little design of a sheep. And I thought, oh my gosh, there's a wool sweater. But it wasn't a sweater, it was a hat. So I reached in and I grabbed it, turned around, and then just kind of walked away. And then I got a better look at it. And so this is actually the hat that I knit. So I didn't knit it, I'm sorry. This is the hat that I found. And this was at the Portland Bins. And like I said, the Goodwill Bins is kind of a last stop shopping before things end up in the landfill. So I feel like I'm going there and rescuing all of these really cool knitted things. So this hat was a really popular pattern a few years back, and I was really glad to have it. So Dear Anonymous Knitter, I am happy to have your hat. I don't know how it ended up there, whether you didn't want it anymore, if you were practicing, if it was a gift, I don't know, but I appreciate it. And I was really happy to find it. I knit, but I can't knit to this extent. I just knit basic stuff. So this maybe is going to give me the courage to try to do a little bit of color work knitting. So it has also inspired me to show you or to create a few videos based on Dear Anonymous Knitters or Dear Anonymous Crocheters, because I have a slew of blankets that I'd like to show everyone that I have rescued from the bins as well. And I do, usually I'll give them to my family members or something, or I'll use them. I'm actually using one that I absolutely love right now for the winter, and it's fabulous. It's warm, it's bright, it's colorful, it's a granny square with roses on it. So I'm gonna film that video soon. But this is number one. So this is my first fiber art find at the bins. So my second favorite thing that I love to find there are crochet doilies. And it is a bonus if it is a little crocheted doily pot holder. This one's absolutely gorgeous. I found these a couple times before, but look at that. I absolutely love that. It's so cute. Again, I'd like to say I would make myself some of these, but so much time goes into these. But it's adorable. So I found that. There was also this one. This one is made of the crochet cotton, the cotton thread. And this one was made out of a yarn, probably more like a red heart yarn or anything, but I thought it was super cute. And yeah, so I found that one. Now this isn't really fiber arts, but it was cute, and I thought I just had to have it, and it was just this little Holly Hobby pot holder. So I grabbed her as well. Next up is I found, it was kind of the same scenario where I saw something poking out and it was this tapestry. And I thought, ooh, what is that? I need to see what that is. Oh, I didn't even really look at the tag on that, but I found multiple pieces of this, and this one is not quite complete. It looks like it still needs to be filled in, but I know that that would look really pretty framed, and I like the look of that, so I picked that one up. There's one other one, a matching. So yeah, I think that'll be pretty. And then that same person was working on a larger piece and didn't quite get it completed, only got like half of it done. But it looks like it was a table, maybe going to be a table runner or a bench for a bench, I'm not sure. But what I thought I would do with this is use this as an upholstery piece to cover a chair or something of that nature. So these things are going to get some use. That's for sure. The next thing I found fiber arts related are a few things that I use when I'm dyeing or when I am, working in the fiber thing. So first off was, well, it is just a package of hand wipes, but who doesn't want an extra package of hand wipes? So I got those. And then this is gonna look silly, but these are puppy potty pads. Now, what I do with these is when I'm dyeing, sometimes I can get a little splashy messy with the dyes. And although they're acid dyes, they're not staining my counter or anything, but I like to put these down and then I'll put my dye on top of it and my whatever utensils that I'm stirring with, that sort of thing, because they have a really good ability to soak up any fluids. So anything that I'm accidentally spilling or whatnot. So I got these, and these can be kind of expensive. Oh, I guess I should have mentioned, if you aren't familiar with the Goodwill bins, it is kind of a last stop shopping for used or donated items. They get direct donations, and they also get items that are sent to them from Goodwill stores that didn't sell. Mostly everything is by the pound. So you end up paying, if you get 25 pounds or more, which we always do, we pay $1.59 a pound. So I don't think these cost me $1. Maybe $1.59, I don't know, but they're good for that. They'll be good. So I got that. I also happened to come across, I think I've got masks here also, but these are just disposable masks. So this kind of helps when of course it's not a respirator, when you are dyeing with the powdered dyes, but it's something, and so I'll go back and forth between using like a respirator or to use these. So it's kind of nice. I bought, these are brand new. It was sealed. I opened it up to check it. So we got those, and then going along the lines of that, there was a box of vinyl gloves that had not been opened or used. So I grabbed those too, and those will help keep me from getting dye on my hands, which will be nice. The last thing I got that is going to help me in my dyeing is I needed to get a new strainer. After I dye my wool, I will dump it into one of these strainers and then rinse it out. So this one's nice. It's got the handles. So nothing great, but it just happened to be there, and it happened to be, oops, something that I needed. Oh, I almost forgot to show you that I found this lovely crochet, and I thought it was like a tablecloth or something like that. But it turns out it's a dress. So it goes down below the knee, it has long sleeves, and it's just really pretty. I've never seen it like that. I don't know if I'll wear it as a dress or if I'll wear it like over maybe some leggings and a tank top or something like that, but it's yeah. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. It's so pretty. Next, I found a few personal items that I wanted to keep for myself. The first one is a Vera Bradley laptop bag. And so this is in actually really good shape. Now, I love Vera Bradley products. It's very nice. I don't think this has ever been used. And my laptop will fit in it perfect. But I love these. They're made out of cotton. They're quilted material. I love them. I've got some purses that I use, some crossbody strap purses, and I've got some that I will also use for project bags. So I'll keep a separate project in each of those things. So I love those. The next items that I found happen to be a set of 3 canisters. And these canisters, 2 of them were together, and then there was one that was in another bin, and then it was missing a lid. So I grabbed what I could, and then about a half hour later, I thought, you know, I better go back and find that lid, because I want them, but I want them to be a complete set too. So I have a 1965 Aladdin vintage travel trailer, and it has the turquoise stove inside, and it's just real super cute and vintagey, you know, 50s, 60s looking. And I love to pick up old dishware and that sort of thing. I'm a huge Pyrex collector, but I found these and I thought they would be absolutely adorable in the trailer. So here they are. They're so cute. They're so cute. I can't stand it. Okay, there is a set of 3, and it is these light pink with kind of like it's a plastic or a bake-like handle, bake-light, I'm sorry, handle. And the largest one has a rooster on it. The next one has a chicken on it, or a hen. And then the little smallest one has some little flowers on there. But I couldn't stand it. I absolutely saw this and I about flipped my lid. It was just, this is so, I can't tell you guys how much I love this. It's so cute. Absolutely love it. I always go there and I try to do a little bit of manifesting, going, okay, this is what I want to find today. And I'm glad that I found this. We had not been to the bins in probably a couple of months, so it was a nice treat to go. One of the last items that I found, huge on books, I'm a huge book lover, and this is a Better Homes and Garden new garden book. Now it's similar to the cookbooks, like the Betty Crocker cookbook, where it has the ring, it's a ring binder, and it has different sections, but the artwork in this is just incredible. So I picked this up because I wanted to see all the pictures, and I was just so glad that somebody actually took such good care of it. I did not find the print date on that yet, but look at that. Isn't that adorable? Okay, so it really was a good day for the fiber artist at the bins that day. We went last Friday, and it was actually an all-day adventure because if I'm gonna drive that far, we're gonna spend the day there. I thought it was funny. I had my smartwatch on, or whatever, my Apple Watch, and I did over 10,000 steps. I burned over 600 calories, and I walked over 4 miles. So yeah, so it was a good day at the bins. I got a lot of exercise, and it was just really good to be out and looking around at stuff that I love doing. So the next thing that I found is a sewing machine. Now, I've seen sewing machines there before, but when I've gotten to them, they come out in the bins all stacked up, and I'll show some video clips of what the bins actually look like. And they're pretty beat up, or they're missing parts, or the cord's not there, or they're dented and they're bent, or whatever. And I've got a few sewing machines already, and so unless it's something that really stands out, am I going to grab it? However, this one stood out. Initially, I thought it was a toy. I kind of walked up, and there was a gentleman standing in front of the bin just kind of looking at something else, and I go, "Oh, excuse me, can I grab that?" And he goes, "Oh yeah." So he moves back, and I reached over, and this is what I got. And I thought, you know, I've never seen anything like this before. What is with these plastic things on the side? But I knew the name Elna. I knew it was made from Switzerland. And let me do this. I'll have to show some better photos. But the sides open up. The front, it opens up here. And opens up on the back as well. Everything is there. All the pieces are here. So I brought it home, plugged it in, and she works. So I was really happy about that find. They don't have electrical outlets there that they let you use to test the items. So I had to kind of buy it on a wing and a prayer and just kind of hope that it worked. So I asked him how much it would be because it was in the bins that were going by pounds. And at $1.59 a pound, I thought, well, it's kind of heavy. I don't know how much it's going to cost. So they said that I could pay either $10 for it or I could pay by the pound. So paying by the pound, I got it for like $9.60. So I was excited, and I'll let you know a little bit later how it works. Once everything seems to be working fine, but I'll, clean it up and use it and see what happens. Okay, so I guess this is the last item that I would consider fiber artsy related, just because it's a blanket and it's material. But it is a tapestry blanket, and I've kind of been collecting these. This one was in excellent shape. I don't think anyone had ever really used it or anything, but it has an elephant on it. It's about the size of a lap blanket. But this I want to use with this machine. I have seen videos and different posts online and about on how to cut these down and make a jacket out of them. So I just kind of want to try and do something like that with this, just for funsies. Time gets a little thirsty. Okay, the last thing I found that I'm going to keep for myself is, actually I didn't find this, my son found it and brought it to me. This is a Fisher-Price little mini bus, school bus. And it has all the little people in it. Now, I know you're probably wondering, why is a 50-something-year-old woman collecting little price people? And I'll tell you, it's because I'm trying I'm buying back my childhood, you guys. These are core memories for me, playing with these, and I mean, I love these. Look at this guy. I always thought this guy was like maybe a bully or something, but now I'm thinking he was probably just misunderstood. I don't know. He kind of looks like he might have been a bully, but who knows. And I always thought she would look like she was such a nice lady, the teacher. Well, who is she? Right here. So I've been collecting these, and I've got a couple of the houses. I've just got a few of them that I am keeping and collecting for myself. And then the day will come someday when I am a grandma and I will have a room for my grandkids to play in, and they are going to have all of the coolest little games, games and toys like this. It'll be fun. So I'll share some of my other collection at a later time. So I got that. The rest of the items that I got, I will be reselling those, and I'll be listing those on eBay because I want to make my money back. So I get my stuff for freezies, and then the other stuff pays for that. And then, it would mean I need to increase my income a bit. And so I should be able to clear probably a couple $100 on the other items that I bought. And so if I did that every week, I could easily make a few $100s every week, depending on how fast or how it takes for how long items stay up for sale. Some things will go up and they'll sell fast. Other things will go and they could sit on there for months. But eventually, most of it will sell. I kind of gotten to where I figured out, for the most part, I'll do my research on items. I'll look them up. I'll see what the sell-through rate is. I'll see how many, how many are listed, how many sold, what are they selling for, and that sort of thing. So this first thing that I did find was, and this is kind of heavy, so I'm not quite sure what I paid for all of these, but I found an assortment of brass picture frames. And I think that brass is making a comeback or something, because I'm really seeing a lot of things about it. But I got probably I probably got more than 10 frames, and these are brass picture frames made in Italy, and they still have the photos that came with them when they originally were sold. So this is a double one, and it's really neat. Now, I'm not going to sell all of these. I am going to keep a few, but I've got a couple of these that are double. This is a nice one that's a single. But I know they're brass because they're heavy, very heavy. Got a couple other ones. This one has the bubble glass on it. This one, made in Korea. This one looks more 80s like. Another one that matches the other one. But all of these frames. And then, I don't think these are brass. These are cheaper ones, but these are made in Taiwan, so these are just a gold plated. But I have a lot of photos that I've inherited from my mom of my relatives. She was really, really good at keeping up with our genealogies. So I'm going to make copies and probably put some in these little photo frames. So all for glass. Now for glass or electronics at the bins, you pay by the pound as well, but you pay less. You pay, it's 79 cents? I think it's 79 cents a pound. And so this is a Lee Max. So a Lee Max from 2007. Lee Max puts out little villages and such, and they usually sell at Michael's. And so they have all these different things. I've usually resell most of these. You can usually resell them for at least $40, sometimes more. The only ones that I've really kept for myself are the Halloween ones. But this one's cute. It's the Pine Valley Mill. And has everything. It's cute. So anyways, it's in perfect shape. So that I will be reselling. This is a House of Lloyd product. A House of Lloyd Christmas product. But I did pick it up because it's a nativity set. It's a Native American nativity set. And it has probably twice as many figurines in here as what's shown on here, and they're all in perfect shape. There's no chips, no anything. So These are super cute. I don't know if I'm going to keep these or I don't know if I'm going to keep them or not. I will probably sell them. My sister might be interested in them. I might just give them to her if that's the case. But otherwise, this is easily another $40 to $50 here that could be sold. The other items that I bought, I did for resale that I'm going to use, and this is how I'm going to make my money back. Fingers crossed. Is if you, the brand Gemmy, Gemmy, that is a brand that makes holiday type, I don't want to say ornament, holiday, like little figurines, little decorations, and that sort of thing. For Halloween, I had found a Frankenstein blow-up kind that go outside, you know. And he was maybe about 4 feet tall. So I found him, and of course I paid electronic price for him, so I probably paid just a couple bucks. And I ended up selling him for $80. So that was awesome. So if you're reselling, keep an eye out for that Gemmy brand, because most of those items are all vintage and they're pretty popular. So anyhow, I saw a tree. It was a Christmas tree in a box, and it said holiday light. What did it say? Holiday light show, Christmas tree. And so I was like, wow, it's electronic. What's going on with that? I don't know. And everybody had passed it up. So I thought, you know, I don't know. I'm feeling the pull to it. I need to go see what it's all about. So I opened it up, pulled it out, and looked, and I'm like, oh, this is made by Gemmy. Okay, this is going to be something. So I looked it up, and I had seen that there was a set of 2 of them that sold for $299 plus shipping. And then I saw another one that had sold for just one for $245 shipped. So I thought, okay, I need to get this, but my cart's full. What am I going to do? And so my son's like, just go pay for it. It's electronics. You're just going to pay 79 cents a pound. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do that and go put it in the car. So I went up there to pay for it, and the lady goes, oh, is that a Christmas tree? And I said, yeah, it's like a electronic Christmas tree. And she goes, okay, that'll be $3. And I was like, $3? And she says, yeah, $3. I said, okay, here's $3. So I got that for $3. So that's going to definitely make my money back. That and Christmas stuff you could probably sell you can sell it year round. So I'm going to go ahead and list it because it is big and I don't want to store it. I don't think I'll keep it. It's definitely going to be on the resale pile of stuff. As far as Christmas, I also got some, they're probably about like a foot long, and they are icicle lights that you can hang out on your house. So every year I kind of get a few more things to decorate with. So I bought those probably for personal use and plugged them in here at home. They work fine. I will keep those, and they're pretty new. They are from Home Depot. I looked them up and they run about $20. They were reselling used for $20 plus shipping a strand, and I think I probably have 4 or 5 strands. And then I found these little vintage holiday lights, and they're kind of smaller, but they're on the string, so they go on a tree, and they kind of look like a little candle. Those I probably will resell as well. The older ones like that, they're cute. I like to look at them, but they kind of scare me as fire hazard. I don't know, but we'll see. I've got those. The other things that I got, I did pick up a bag of little Tykes. I think, excuse me, I think there's like 40 or 60 of the waffle blocks, like a Lego block kind of thing. So I picked those up because I knew those had a good resale value, probably $40 there. And then there was a portable camping chair, and I'll post photos of these other things, but it's probably only about 1.5 feet long, and it kind of folds up. And I looked those up, and those had a really high resale value too, of like 70 bucks. So I grabbed those. So I do hope that I am going to get those things listed, and I'll make my money back. I did not spend very much. Well, it was kind of a lot because I actually paid for my son's my son's stuff for that day too. It was his birthday, so that's kind of like the birthday gift. But everything he got's resale clothing, and I picked up some other clothing, some coveralls for one of my boys, and then I picked up a couple shirts for myself. and a pair of hiking boots that I found. So, but yeah, I probably got, I don't even know, just hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of stuff for not even that. And so it should make me a nice profit. So anyways, okay, well, I know that my initial videos were just on fiber arts hauls, but I thought, you know, the more I'm getting into the reselling part, I'll share a little bit more about what I am doing and buying and keeping for myself, and then how I'm going to use the rest of that to pay for my haul so I get my things for free. I've got a lot of projects in the works this spring and summer, so I'll be able to utilize a lot of these different things that I've got, but I'll keep you updated. This is just a good way for me to kind of make some extra money, and so I don't get burnt out with fiber arts, which I really don't, but it's just kind of nice to have another little something in your back pocket to pick up some extra money, because I mean, who wants to pay $8 for a dozen eggs, right? Crazy. So, all right. Well, everyone, have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time with my next Goodwill Bins haul. Bye.